Hello and welcome back to Rolling Solo. My name is Adam Smith and today we're playing through part 3 of the Black Barrow scenario in the Gloomhaven campaign. And as of right now, we're a little surrounded. Everybody in this room is poisoned, and there's a couple things from the previous video that I didn't mention and I want to make sure everyone understands and even just remind myself. One thing I didn't do the first time that I was attacked by one of the bandits, the first bandit that we actually killed, which was here, was originally bitten by the rats, and when they were bitten by the rats, it should have been poisoned. Now, this doesn't change anything in the game because the next attack that I did was 4 damage, enough to kill him. I didn't even need that poisoning marker to be on him, but just so everyone's aware, and even reminding myself, that whenever those rats bite somebody, they poison them. You can only ever be poisoned once, you can't be poisoned multiple times, so you know, there's no concern about having 16 poison markers on one character and gives you 16 attack against you, all that craziness. It's just one of each type. That's it. That's the limit. So corrected that. The other thing I forgot to do, because at the very end of every round, there's certain things you're supposed to cover. There was no, reshuffling of anything. There was no whatever in terms of optional short rest. We don't want to short rest as of right now, or don't have any strategic reason to. But the one thing I forgot to do is just wane down this to the inert level for the frost or ice aura there, so, or whatever you call it. So that's been dropped down. So now we're all squared away, and we're going to go ahead and pick the cards to start the third round. So just so you guys know, the game plan is to get the scoundrel away, or to maybe put him into some type of defense mode because he has such a low level of health at the moment. Any more attacks to him would be bad. We do know the elite is stunned for this coming turn, and he'll lose that stun token after his turn. But it's bad news that this guy's still close to Scoundrel and can attack him, so we want to try to do what we can to get him away from that. So the cards that I have something called Smoke Bomb, which you can kind of see right there, and it says that the Smoke Bomb is, let me just pull it up actually. So we can use this to chuck a Smoke Bomb down, and it'll actually, let's go invisible. It actually bumps up darkness or night, which is this right here, kind of up in the top. And it says on your next attack while invisible, you also double the attack value. So that's really cool. So maybe we can combo a Smoke Bomb and an attack together and do some serious damage. So maybe we'll combo that with the Thief's Knack for attack 3 and an XP. So we're going to kind of get a massive XP boost here between using the Smoke Bomb itself and then also using the attack. That's never a bad thing. And hopefully a 12 will make sure that we go very early in the round. Now, the only other thing I can think of that is a little bad with this is that I'm not really close. I'm just realizing this now. The Scoundrel's not really close to the elite, and that's kind of where he wants to be, is close to the elite so he can actually hit the elite. So there's kind of a downside in that one. Using the invisible, I want to do that for sure because it gives him time to hide. But I also want to heal too. See, that's the other thing. We pulled this card back into our hand because we used a potion that we had in order to pull this from our discard pile in the last video so that we could heal ourselves. This is also really useful, and he does need to heal. So maybe this is the card to play. But if we play this, we can't go invisible and we risk being out and possibly attacked. So maybe more what we should do is, it does say on your next attack while invisible, double it. So we don't have to attack this round. So maybe we'll go ahead and keep the heal for now. And we'll just take this back because we're not going to be able to actually attack. I don't want to waste that huge attack on this character who already has 3 damage and only needs 3 more to kill him. I want to make the huge attack on the elite. So let's just have him move and get the heck away from things so that he's not targeted by anything. So I'm going to go ahead and probably use, we'll use Single Out for now. I don't plan on using this card anytime soon. It does have a really nice attack, but I also have some other ones that are pretty good. This is hard. It's very tough making decisions sometimes in this game. A lot of different things that could be worked, but I really don't want to use this yet. So I'll use this for a move. So we'll go like that, and we'll have him go invisible. We're going to chuck a bomb down so he can hide and not get hurt. Now the Mind Thief on their side of things, what you really want to focus on with the Mind Thief is getting like a decent attack in. Most likely on the... Now we know the rats are going to be able to move into the middle here on their turn and do an attack to potentially do some damage. And likely not kill him, but we need the Mind Thief to make sure that he dies. There's range though. If we put the rats here, he's shooting from range. The only range card that I have is this one, the Empathetic Assault. I don't think any of these other ones are ranged. No, they are not. We could do this. So we could force another enemy within range 5 to perform attack on another target. That actually could be really good. So we could do that on the bottom. That might, so we could attack, basically force the elite character to make an attack on this particular character right here. Now, it is kind of weird and it seems strange. He's stunned. He shouldn't be able to do that, but we're actually using an ability on our character card called Submissive Affliction. So the Mind Thief uses his mind, as it shows in the character art itself, to actually convert or to change someone's intentions and to do evil things. So we can go, like based on the game rules, I'm going to play it by the card that you can go ahead and actually force the elite to attack the standard guard. So we're going to go ahead with that. I'm going to likely use that one. And we're also going to maybe put something in play for an augment. We have 3 augments here, and it's probably hard to see, but essentially we have a parasitic one, the mind's weakness, and a feedback loop. So one is going to give us shield bonus, kind of a shield bonus on the far right there, or we can add 2 to each attack, or we can heal 2 to ourselves and stuff like that on our attack. So those are all really good, and the one thing I'm thinking might be handy at the beginning is the Mind Thief is a very weak character, only starts with 6 XP, so he's going to want the ability to heal himself really quick without having to rest all the time. So I think the parasitic one is the best to use in this case. So I'm going to take this one and go like that, and we're going to flip these over, and that's going to be the Mind Thief's card. So now we're going to go ahead, and we already know this is a 48. The Scoundrel wants to go early, so he's got a 12, which is very, very high. And now we're going to flip the guards and see kind of where they're sitting. They're sitting, wow, very early in the round, so they're going to be, wow, just barely after our Scoundrel, so that's good. But they're going to bump up their shields, which is not good. So it's going to cause them to be a little more difficult to kill. So we're going to start off with the Scoundrel, and the Scoundrel's got a smoke bomb. So first off, he's chucking his smoke bomb down the ground. Darkness is going to get stronger in this area, so that's going to get bumped up. Then the individual who did so, which is the Scoundrel, is going to disappear from the map. So he is now gone. All right, he's going to be gone for this turn and next turn until the end of his next turn. And this just goes up into the active area of his player area, and essentially says that on your next attack, while invisible, you can double the value of the attack, which is really, really good. But our key here is not to necessarily do that. We're just going to get the heck out of there. So we're going to use this bottom portion of this card for movement in order to get him. Now, the question could be, why bother even healing? Maybe this is when I use this, and it says on your next 4 attacks targeting enemies adjacent to none of their allies add 2. So maybe I'll actually use this now, because now that I'm hidden, I can't be targeted, so I don't have to worry until next turn that I'm coming out of being hidden. So maybe what I'll do is I'll put this I'll play this as for its actual, instead of playing it for movement, I'll play it for its actual text, and we'll put this in the active area. And it's going to give us an added +2 to every attack in the future. That's really, really handy. So now we've got the Scoundrel kind of a little bit more boosted up, and his turn is done. So the next is the Summoned Rats. Now, rats go next because the Mind Thief is next in initiative order, and the summoned creatures always go first. They can move 1. They'll move right on top of the coins. They do not collect coins. So just to make that clear, they are not considered a character. So if the rats are on top of this coin, it's not going to the Mind Thief. They don't have the same ability to just land on loot and pick it up immediately. So just so everyone's aware of that. But they're going to move here, and then essentially they are going to attack. And we want them to attack this guard first, because we want to get rid of him off the board before... Oh, sorry, shoot. What am I doing? What am I saying? They don't go next. So hold on a second. Rewind. That could have been a big mistake. Moving the rats back. Moving all that back. It is actually the guard's turn. we got a 48 on the Mind Thief, so the rats and the Mind Thief have to wait. So the guards are going to go next. Now the guards, we obviously know the elite doesn't move, but the cool thing too is there's no other attack happening. So the great thing about this is even though they're super early in the initiative, this guard here is not going to go seeking around to hurt the rats or the Mind Thief because movement was not a keyword on this card. Only shield boosting, attacking. That's it. And they don't have range, so they just buff themselves for defense, but they're not going to attack us at all, which is great. We really needed that. So now with that squared away, we can actually I can actually move forward with the rat turn like we were originally planning on doing. So these rats are going to come into this space here, and this guy is poisoned. So when we do this attack with the rats, and it's an attack of 2, that's actually a pretty good attack. It's going to be we're going to pull a card here, and he's going to be +1 on top of that because of the fact that he's poisoned. So let's really hope that it's something half decent because 0. Okay, so it's a 0, but that's not bad. So it's still 3 damage, and you know what? At the end of the day, a rat's attacking for 2 and putting an extra damage on for the poison kills him. He's actually, that's 6. That is enough to take him off the board. So the rats are actually really, really doing a good job. I'm kind of glad I summoned them as early as I did. So the cool thing about this is we actually get to put another coin down to be picked up over here. And so now we're really just dealing with the elite, which is just kind of being the pain in their backside. So now we're good, and we can go over to the Mind Thief for his turn. He's sitting there and poisoned himself. But we know we've got this elite character stunned. So what are we going to do to him? Well, here was my plan. And I don't know whether or not this will work out the way I wanted it to. Oh no, everything changes now because I killed him. Oh my gosh. This is how the game changes too. Like you'll plan something and then you'll actually pull the cards and then you'll realize, oh, I killed the person that I needed to be there to mind control them. Oh, that's awkward. So anyway, long story short, what we're gonna do, this is interesting. Well, it's still not bad actually. So we can go ahead with the Mind Thief. We can do an attack, and it says add 1 attack for each negative condition on the target. And he's got 2 negative conditions, so that would be an attack of 4, which is pretty good. It's not bad. One thing I want to make one thing I want to make sure of before I get too carried away here is I just want to make sure on the experience side of things with the rogue that I didn't mess up on anything there. Yeah, that was older, so that's fine. Sorry guys, I'm just doing a quick check to make sure I didn't mess up on the experience. No, I didn't gain any experience from that stuff. So, okay, I'm okay. I just wanted to make sure the scoundrel didn't gain the experience that I missed, and he didn't. So essentially what we're going to do is we are going to, for the Mind Thief, we are going to play the... first off, we want an augment up there in his active area. So let's go ahead and put another active... put an augment, the very first one we've ever done, up on the top. So now our melee hits are going to heal ourselves. Now, there's debate because we could have gone with this one, which gives us +2 on all of our attacks. That might have been actually more beneficial, but I just feel like when he starts getting attacked, he's going to want that healing. So we use that card up there for its augment ability at the very top. So we use the bottom of this card. Oh, and that's the debate too. Is that even the right thing to do? Because I really want to do this. So maybe... Let me think about this. What is this? Force 1 enemy within range to perform. Move 1 with you controlling the action. Shoot. Yeah, you know what? I want to be able to do this attack first. I think it's too powerful to ignore. We got to get some damage on him. So I'm actually not going to use this for augment. Sorry, guys. I'm going to use it for forcing 1 enemy within range 4 to perform 1 move with you controlling the action. So we're going to mess with this guy's mind. And we're going to throw that in the discard pile. We're going to move this guy over here. Just for no reason, really. But just to kind of like, you know, just to mess with things. And it also gets him farther away from our scoundrel who's hurt. So that's actually a bonus for us as well. And then we're going to use the top ability of this to attack 2 +2 negative modifiers on him of the that he's already got. So it's a 4. And we're going to be pulling it out of this. And we got a +1. That's good. So we got 5 damage coming his way. But we have to remember that the actual elite characters have a shield of 1 and they're buffed this round. So they got 2. So they're going to suck up 2 of the 5 and 3 is going to come through onto the elite character. So one thing we can actually start doing is wiping away this damage from the person that's already dead. I should have already done. And then 5 should be where the 3 is. So, because we had 2 damage on the elite and we just added 3. So now we're at 5. And the reason we got down to 3 is because of the shields. And that's essentially it. And then this one also goes into the discard pile. That's essentially it. So we're not doing too bad. I mean, we've got half his damage gone. We've ripped up through the room pretty good. We got coins laying everywhere, so we probably should start trying to pick those up soon. But that's pretty much it. So at this point, I'm going to stop right here, and we're going to move to the next round here in the next video. And so I hope you guys are really enjoying this. I really appreciate everyone watching. It's really, really cool, like I said earlier in other videos, to see you guys throwing your comments in and saying you're enjoying watching this. I think as we break this door open and we move into these back rooms and start seeing the crazy setup that these guys have in these different rooms, it's going to be really exciting. I've got some really cool plastic miniature type stuff to put in here to really make it feel like you're busting into a thieves room or a den, and it's kind of cool. So anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm going to keep doing this as long as everyone's enjoying it, and I'm enjoying doing it. I also want your feedback. If I'm making any mistakes or messing up, please let me know. So the one thing I will do before we end the video is I will finish off the end of round kind of situation where we reduce the elemental strength. We do not want a short rest because I just don't feel like doing that in terms of strategic decision, and reshuffle cards if there are any needed. And none of these cards we pulled had a reshuffle symbol except for the guard card. So we're going to take all these guard cards here and we're going to put them on like this. And in between scenarios here, because I'm only doing this one-handed, I'm not going to shuffle this in front of you because it would look silly. But I am going to wane this knight token back down, and we are now reset, ready to go for the next round in the next video. So at this point, I want to thank everyone again for watching. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe and you'll get notifications when these videos come out, which is always a plus because then you can stay in the loop and never miss things. But yeah, I really enjoy it and I hope you guys are too. So until the next time, keep rolling solo.